Welcome to Newport News Park. I'm J. Michael Moore. We are here at the Meadowfield tract that was owned by the Wynne family since the 1600s. They were related by marriage to the Harwood and Curtis families of Enview. The Wynnes had served as clerks of court for Warwick County and had held other offices. At the time of the American Civil War, Thomas Wynne enlisted as a private in Nelson Guards of the 32nd Virginia Volunteer Infantry. He was later commissioned a captain and commanded the company throughout the Peninsula Campaign and was killed in action on September 17, 1862 at the Battle of Antietam. His grandfather's War of 1812 sword was recovered from the battlefield and brought back to his family, who later refugeed along with many other Warwick County families out toward Danville, Virginia. During the Civil War, Meadowfield was occupied by Confederate soldiers. The home and many of the other areas were vandalized by troops in this area from both sides, and the Peninsula Campaign would see ruin to the Wynne family. The Wynnes had Wynne's Mill, which was one of the two pre-war tidal grist mills that were on the Warwick River. Richard Decatur Lee of Lee Hall Mansion had Lee's Mill. In an earlier video, we visited that and we talked about how grist mills were important to the local economy, that they ground corn into cornmeal and turned wheat into flour. Wynne's Mill was no different, and the Wynne family in the early war years had abandoned this property, but in the antebellum era, it had been very profitable. The Confederates fortified this area because in the 12-mile line of the Warwick-Yorktown line, it was breached at Lee's Mill, Dam Number 1, and Wynne's Mill by either roads or a very passable ford that would allow the Union Army to cross. The Confederates used Vaubandian-style earthworks dug by enslaved persons from throughout the peninsula and up into Charles City and Henrico County. The slaves labored to put these earthworks up for the Confederate Army, and was one of the reasons why later the Emancipation Proclamation was thought about, because the Confederates were using these enslaved persons for wartime activities. The fortifications that you will see here are both rifle pits. They're covered ways that would bring troops from lines behind us up to the front lines where they could not be observed. There would be fortifications that would have cannons that are 12 and 6-pounder field pieces, and this area was never captured. There was a couple of skirmishes here in late April of 1862 during the April 5th to May 3rd, 1862 siege of the Warwick-Yorktown line. Thank you for coming to visit with us today, and we look forward to seeing you in future videos.